Well, I hope the checker at the store laughed. He asked how things are going, and I said good. Today's been a nice, peaceful day. I said recently I had someone yelling and screaming at me. I called them up to see how they were doing, and they just yelled and screamed at me, and he kind of chuckled. He goes, "Oh no." I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's okay, I'm used to it." I said, "I have 8 kids. They all yelled and screamed at me." I said, "My ex-husband yelled and screamed at me, and some of my friends have yelled and screamed at me. I just don't know what it is about me. People just like to yell and scream at me. I mean, God." So I told the checker, I said, "So thank you for not yelling and screaming at me." So I talked to my counselor about that, and he said he would have just hung up. And I said, "Well, I did. I hung up." He goes, "Good. You shouldn't let people yell and scream at you." I said, "Yeah, I know. Even he's yelled and screamed at me." Even my counselor yelled and screamed at me. What's wrong with these people? What is wrong with people? I've been called nothing but a liar. When I tell the truth, people think I'm telling them a lie. So whatever. And I asked my friend, "What's the worst word you could be called?" I said, "Would it be a liar?" He goes, "No." "A coward?" He goes, "No." I said, "Well, what would be the worst thing you could think of being called?" And he goes, "A trumper." I said, "Oh yeah, well I agree with that one." God. Yeah, that guy's a ridiculous mess. Trump. Anyways, I think Trump is a liar. He tells lies and stories, and he goes off on information that's not accurate, and then he flip-flops. One day he's blaming China, and the next day he's praising China, and then he's blaming China, and then he's praising China. It's like, make up your mind. A bunch of Christians are calling this virus a Chinese virus, and it's not a Chinese virus. And any more than it's a Japanese virus or a European virus. It's a virus. It's a bat virus. If it came from bats, then it's a batshit crazy virus. It's kind of like rats and, other unclean vermin. Probably should have voted for Vermin Supreme. He would have at least given everybody a donkey or a horse or whatever he promised them. He would have saved, a lot of car accidents from taking place. So anyways, humans are nuts. I'm convinced of it. So I helped the checker laugh. He asked me how my day was going, and I said good. Today was peaceful. But yesterday I had somebody yelling and screaming at me. And that's never fun. And he goes, "Oh no." I said, "Yeah, but I'm used to it. I have 8 kids. They all yelled and screamed at me. My ex-husband yelled and screamed at me. I have friends that have yelled and screamed at me." And I thanked the checker. I said, "So thank you for not yelling and screaming at me." And he goes, "You're welcome." And anyways, I guess I make a pretty good receptacle for people who like to yell and scream and take out all their rage and anger and direct it towards somebody. It's usually towards me. But hey, I can handle it. I've done my share of yelling and screaming too. I don't know if it's an Oregonian thing or if it's a female thing or what. But, yep. I was told once that being able to scream at somebody is a good thing, especially if they're trying to attack you or if they're not respecting your boundaries. I thought when a baby was born and they screamed, it meant they had healthy lungs. So I guess when I call someone up to see how they're doing, and they're angry, and they're yelling and screaming, I guess they're doing good. I just wouldn't do that to them, I don't think. I try not to be the one that screams first or is offensive first. I try not to be the offender. I try to be on the defensive side, and sometimes my defending myself comes across as offensive to people. So I have a talent for saying things that are offensive. I talked to my counselor about what happened, and he said he would just hang up on him, and I said, well, that's what I did. I just hung up. And he said, you shouldn't let people yell and scream at you. I said, yeah, I know. And I talked to my friend about what's the worst thing you could be called? A liar? Because I was called nothing but a liar. And he goes, no. And I said, okay, a coward? No. What would it be? And he goes, a Trumper. I'm like, yeah, I agree. That would be a pretty bad thing to be called, because that man is a liar and a coward. And he's a little delusional. His son, it might run the family, because I think his son Eric Trump said that after the election, this virus is just going to magically go away. Huh. Be nice if after this election, if certain attitudes in people would just magically go away. Anyways, so I'm enjoying my walk. Some pretty roses here. Look, aren't those pretty roses? Pretty roses. I've got some roses blooming in my own place. I like roses. Rather fight a war with flowers, or I guess words, rather than bullets and weapons, bombs, that kind of stuff. At least if you let someone yell at you and then you just hang up, you leave each other alone, I guess, whatever. So it's a family tradition to yell at me and scream at me. And it's also a family tradition to call the police on me every chance you can get, even when I'm not the one that's done anything. I get the police called on me for other people's behavior. That's great. That's great. People like to abuse me and then they tell me it's fun. That's not nice. It's not nice, but I guess it's all fun and games. And I have a right to my own grieving process, and I have a right to my own grief and my own sense of humor. So good grief. I have a right to my opinions, and men like Trump and people like Trump can kiss my royal nasty feet. I happen to like poetry. That's not against the law. I happen to like birds and pigeons. I don't like to be pigeonholed. Maybe I missed my calling in life. Maybe I should have been a writer and a storyteller instead of a mother and a Sunday school teacher and a stay-at-home mother who gardened and grew flowers and had a zoo. Maybe I should have been a zookeeper. All the things I could have did with my life. Wow. All the things I have done with my life. That's fun. Living is fun. Being yelled and screamed at isn't, though. Makes you want to take a vacation. I'm surprised I'm allowed to walk out in public without a leash on. I'm surprised I'm allowed to walk out in public without an escort service or a bodyguard. I'm surprised I have freedom to walk around being the person that I am. with the opinions that I have. I'm surprised that they just let me be free to have my opinions. I'm surprised I have the ability to put a smile on my face. I'm surprised I'm able to stay calm and peaceful on the inside while other people yell and scream at me. That's an amazing talent.